G'day everyone, happy go travel. Look at you go, holy dolly, the size of that moth. G'day everyone, welcome to Wheel Talk Wednesday, episode 5. I'll tell you what, it is flogging down rain, so I hope you can hear me alright. Life's bumpy roads, how you going? All Camel 4x4 adventures. Sup Camel, how you going man? Hey Enterprises, Marky, hey bud, how are ya? Bluey 80, Jack 388, Margy, what's happening? Everyone's there. This is awesome. It's good to see a few more people now tuning in. Hey Reese, Woody Adventures, how you going, man? Barra Enterprises, sup, mate? Mate, let's get into the questions. So this week, Adrian Cody, I think it's called. What do you use to air down, and how low do you go off road? Mate, I just use a no-name tire deflator, to be honest. It's worked for the past 4 years. I've been using one of them since they've kind of come out. I normally go down to around 20, and then from there I kind of adjust. If it's normally like rocky conditions, I'll go down lower. Hey Lakey, how you going, man? Cosbar, can we organise a drive day, y'all? Damn straight we can, mate. Hopefully, but it sounds like everything's getting lifted, so yeah, there will be a drive day coming, so I can't wait. So normally around 20 psi I start at. I know a lot of boys run it a lot lower. Hey rookie, how you going? I know a lot of guys run it a lot lower. I start off a bit higher because I like to see what the conditions are like. Oh, Tour and Troopy, watch out, what's going on? I start a bit higher and then work my way down. I normally don't like to go below 10 pound because I know after 10 you really need bead lockers. So I normally stay above that and play from there, mate. But yeah, 20 is my go-to pressure, really. Brados 54. When are you coming up near Bundaberg in Queensland? Would be great to meet up and go bush. Mate, I would love to go up there. There is no plans for me at the moment, but I am super keen to get up there and, meet yourself by the sounds of it. I'd love to see what it's like up there, mate, to be honest. So, yeah, we'll have to tee something up. Definitely message me and, maybe later in the year or something we might be able to sort something out. Batesy BT50. Are you going to run a canopy setup? There's been a few questions this past few weeks, actually. At the moment, I've got no real plans. If I do run any type of canopy setup, it will be like a half canopy. A couple of mates, one of my mates runs a half canopy, and I do love the concept of it. A full canopy for me just it's not worthwhile. Add anything, it'd probably be a half canopy, man. What are one of the other questions? Happy go travel. Are you the cutest cowboy in Gloucester? Well, yeah, of course I am. Jesus, that's the stupidest question I've heard. Lock 4 off-road. Did you choose the adventure life, or did the adventure life choose you? Mate, I don't know. Why don't you tell me who picked who, eh? Hey, Corey? Unbelievable. I do love doing what I'm doing. There's definitely... When are we actually going to get out for wheel? 40, I know, mate. I know. Look, I definitely do. I do love doing this. I love meeting people, going out there. So it's definitely holy doolies. It's hectic. So I don't know. Maybe the adventure life chose me, Corey. Aiden D40. Can you host a 4-wheel drive run in the future? Yeah, mate. For sure. There's heaps of people asking every week, asking when I'm going to hold another drive day. I definitely will do it. I'm just waiting for everything to... Are you even a legit cowboy? Oh, do I have a story for you later? I definitely will be only second to cowboy tune. I definitely will be holding another event. I'm just waiting for everything to be lifted. So, everything's still a bit crazy at the moment. Racing Adventures, how you going, bud? Hey, Blakey, Fat MP. That's your new name. I definitely will be holding an event. When I couldn't tell you, mate. When everything backs off, I guess you'd call it. So we'll go from there, and it definitely will be happening. What's another? Anything you would change on the BT50? Travels on fire. Wardy, slow down, mate. Slow down. Don't give him too much. Anything I'd change on the BT? I really want to get this suspension in. I guess that's one of the biggest things that's really starting to annoy me now. I really want to get that sorted. So that's probably one thing. The other thing I really want to get sorted as well is the EGR blocked off. That's kind of annoying me a bit as well. And that kind of leads into the other question, I guess. Have you had much oil in the catch can? As yet, I've had no oil at all, which surprised me because in the nav, I used to drain it every week with the kilometres I was doing. And right now, the engine must still be pretty tight. So, yeah, I'm guessing at the moment, engine's still good. So that's pretty positive. Marky, what sort of compressor are you running and have you had it hard mounted? Mate, not at the moment. I don't have it hard mounted. I ran for years. I kept trying those King's compressors, and they just fry themselves all the time. Yeah, you know what's happening, Reese. Yeah, they just fry themselves all the time. So I was at a show. I had a few bucks on me, and I spent big bucks and bought one of those twin compressors from ARB in the containers. And I haven't mounted it yet. It came with the tank and everything. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a ARB, like I'm not one of those big branded kind of people, but this compressor has not let me down. God, it's been a good thing. It's time and time again, it just keeps putting up with the abuse that it gets. So it doesn't even really get hot with blowing up the 35s, which is good. Excuse me. So that's a positive sign. I think that's what's kind of given it its life, is the fact that if it's not getting hot, where those Kings ones, excuse me, Jesus, too much bourbon. Yeah, those Kings ones, the twin compressor, even the single compressor, like I could not touch it after it blown up the 35s. Where now I've done mine, I've done mates in the same lot, and it's been really good, man. So they are expensive. I know I used to give, probably shouldn't say this, but I used to give them a couple of mates the receipts, and yeah, Jimmy's into me. And they got them a bit cheaper, but it's still a $780 air compressor or something. Like it's huge bucks. So yeah, single ARB, yeah, that's exactly right, mate. I hate to say it, but they're a bloody good compressor, those ARB ones. Margus Carter, do you know if there is much deer around Gloucester? Mate, I actually don't. I'll hit pop up for you and find out. Sorry, I only just saw your question as I came up here because I've got pretty bad reception up here. I know there's heaps of wild dogs. We've been baiting all week. There you go, Caleb, a bit of a cowboy. We've been putting out the baits, and I've got a couple of mates that I'm going to get up here to do some shooting. But as far as deer, yeah, I don't really know. Sorry, mate. How are you finding the Jayco 17.5 and how's it go off the grid? Well, I love this little carrier. It's going really good. I was looking at getting a bigger one, but with Mrs. losing the job and stuff like that, I think just going to sit around with this one. For the past few weeks, I've definitely been pushing it to its limits. I've got it hooked up to power at the moment, but for the past few days when the rain wasn't here, I was testing to see how much I could get out of the batteries. I'm definitely going to speak to a couple of guys about upgrading the battery system in it. I've got about 160 amp hours in it at the moment, and I can get a night out of it with using some heaters and stuff like that. I was really trying to push the limits, and then with roof mounted is 160 kilowatts, and I have a 250 kilowatt solar panel that I put out, and I got back up to, I woke up with 11 volts, and by 4 o'clock that arvo in a sunny day I got back up to 13.2. so I'm definitely getting back up there, but I don't sort me for a swan. Sorry, Marky, mate, you're gonna have to keep that. Yeah, I was definitely pretty impressed with it. So as far as mods for the van, mainly just going to increase the batteries. Are they lithium? No, they're not, man. They're just your normal deep cycle battery, I guess you'd call it. I think, and one of them is just a stock standard, which I think is only about 100 amp hour. And then I got one off another mate that was 60 amp hour. So once I upgrade that, you know, it's a good little van. Been pretty happy with it. How are you Wow, I got a lot of questions about the filters and stuff this week, which is pretty cool. How did you find the pre-diesel filter goes? Have you noticed any water? Being that I'm always checking these kind of things now, no, I haven't noticed any water in it at all. It's been really good. I haven't had any issues with it, to be honest. So yeah, no, it's been a bloody good thing. I recommend those Western filters for sure. They're a great little package. The one piece system for the catch can as well. You do both, and I've been really stoked with it. A couple of slimline kick-ass batteries. Yeah, I was thinking that I'm going to put the normal ones in it, mainly because I've already got the battery boxes for them, Lukey. So I was thinking if we stuck to that, then 4x4 Alliance, how you going, bud? Yeah, I'm thinking if I stick to that, then I won't. It'll all just sit neat under there. I'll literally just have to pull those batteries out and chuck new ones in. So yeah, it should be pretty good. What are one of the other questions? Oh, uh-oh. Now I've stuffed it. The 4x4 girls, how's going? Why did I put body lift in tray? I think I covered this last time, but I put the body lift in the tray mainly because I want to put in I've got a trundle drawer from my old ute, so I needed the room because on this tray they didn't make it for it. So yeah, the body lift's only in for that. I know I had a couple of people messaging me saying, "Oh, you're putting it in because you're scrubbing." I've never scrubbed in the rear. So yeah, it's getting wet. Yeah, the only reason I put that body lift in was purely for the trundle drawer. What did you say? Sorry, Marky. You going to put a long range tank in the BT? It's worth it. How many Ks are you getting out of it now? Because I know one of my other mates, Cam, he just put one in his, and he's swearing by it, but I just don't know. Is it worth it? I tell you what, I've been going through some fuel up here. I've filled up 4 times. I'm running low pressures because the farm is absolutely. I cut all new roads in, so it is absolutely nasty as. Been up to the tops a few times as well, and yeah, I'm drinking the fuel. So yeah, let me know what you reckon it's like. Yeah, it's no that D-Max build. Hey man, how you going? Caleb, there's no fires, mate. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It is that wet up here. It's unbelievable. Safe to know, I tested my winch on the BT. It works. I won't tell you why, but it works. And I've had to visit the washer-upper in town. 140 litre ARBs gets about 1100 to 1200. I'm 2.8 tonne. What size tyres are you running, Marky? That's awesome. What kind of economy does the BT run? The Navara is bloody thirsty. So I'm sitting on about, without the van, I'm sitting on around 13.5 going up the freeway. With the van, I'm sitting on about 15, 16. So yeah, it's definitely coming up this time. I had it loaded with everything, and yeah, we'll sit in mid 16. So it was pretty high. Are you going to install any more disc breathers on the BT? It's funny you should say that. Caleb and I were talking about this the other day. So I don't think I will. I looked at all the disc breathers on them because they got an 800 mil weighting depth. They're actually pretty high, standard. You can see them in the engine bay. You can see them up the back of the tray and things like that. So yeah, at the moment I'm going to just keep them at that because even last time when I extended the disc breathers on the Navara, sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart then. Yeah, on the Navara, I only made them as high as the tray anyway, and these ones are only just sitting below it, so it's not too bad. 32's an auto, yeah, right. That's pretty. What are you getting normal around town, Marky? So yeah, at the moment, I'm just going to be running stock. Yeah, I've had no issues with them, and yeah, because it's got such a high weighting depth. Yeah, it seems. I think they'll be fine. I did get asked the other day how those SCF rock sliders. I still haven't really tested them. I've pushed them a couple of times, but you know they're they're a solid big kit. I've used them before. Do you miss the nav? It's funny you should say that, Reese, mate. So the old boy's got a nav, and we've driven that around a few times. I even took it into town a couple of times. No dramas, Brett. And it's funny. I think I'm going to do a bit of a comparo video on it. The torque in those navs is holy doolies. The torque in the navs. I kind of forget how much torque they have down low. The BT doesn't have as much torque down low, but it seems to pull a lot more in the top end. I do miss the navs. Hey Maxie, how you going, bro? I do miss the navs comfort. There's no doubt about that. And it was funny, I was actually watching a video the other day when Caleb and I did Killy, which is probably one of the last times I went out in the nav, and just watching that suspension work, I tell you what, I do miss that. But like, I find myself driving this a little bit more relaxed because I'm still a bit, I don't know, it's always in the back of my mind that it's going to do, something's going to go wrong. So yeah, I don't miss that part of the nav, but I definitely miss the suspension. We'll give it that, Reese. It had such a good setup, and mate, you can't go past that whistle. I had someone ask me the other day actually, am I going to put an exhaust on? And I've spoken to a couple. Oh mate, we could. I don't think I could afford it though. Yeah, if I was going to put an exhaust on the BT and what I'm doing with the DPF, no, I'm not. The Zachy baby, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not going to put an exhaust on this one. Purely the fact is, one, the cops are really onto this DPF thing now, which isn't a big deal. They got to prove it. BT50 2020, sup mate, how are you? But I also spoke to a couple of exhaust companies that I've worked with in the past, and putting an exhaust on the other side of the DPF does nothing to sound. There's definitely no performance gains, so I might as well run stock, which is a bit disappointing because they did sound good. But yeah, at the moment I'm just going to run that DPF and see how we go. I know a lot of people have had them tuned and stuff like that. Yes and no. I'm not 100% if I'm going to tune it. I do remember when I tuned that nav, holy doolies, it was absolutely unreal. But what's up, man? How are you, D-Maxis? Yeah, so look, tune might be on the cards, but at the moment it's going really well. I've just ticked over 8,500 Ks on it already, so I'm pumping out the Ks, and it's been going good. I've had no issues with it. It's been really good. We actually really put it to the test. Well, I guess it wasn't really the test, but I gave it a good flogging there the other day, yesterday, trying to get up this hill, and it will scream if Jake tunes it. Yeah, damn straight. They've got the power they get out of it is absolutely unbelievable. Any way to pass the DPF delete with the cops? Look, there isn't. With that nav, when I had it defected, when I got it defected and then got it engineered, I couldn't get the exhaust engineered because I had no DPF. But because it was engineered, I never had any issues. Because it comes up, as soon as they scan your plate, it comes up and it just says modified engineer certificate, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't actually say what it is unless they look right into it. So I think I kind of got away with it for a while there. So look, you could get away with it as far as if you got it engineered, but everyone wants. There's not many companies that are doing them engineered. There is an engineering company in Rutherford that's doing 4-inch and 33s on the navs and these now, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, mate, as far as trying to get it away with the cops, especially you got a nav, they whistle like you would not believe. Hey Joshy, Jib and Joel, what's happening? So yeah, I don't think so. The BTs you might be able to get away with it for a little bit, purely for the fact that, it's hard to distinguish between the years because they haven't really changed much. But yeah, I think look, Full Drive Action did a bit of a review saying that there was not worth it pulling it out. I know that's a crock of crap. because as soon as I dropped that DPF out of that nav, I gained 1.5 litres per 100. So, and that's what I'm up for with this. My old BT, hey Stephen, how you going, man? The old BT, I was sitting on like 11s, 12s all day, every day, and now I can't get anywhere near it. So there's bonuses, but is the hassle worth it to me? Nah, not these days. What it costs to engineer the nav, 4" and 33 sounds good. So I was speaking to Blake's Engineering, I think his name was. He said that he could do it for around 7 to 900. Back in the day when I got the nav done, it cost me like 1,500 or 1,600 bucks. So he's a lot cheaper, and he's not at Tamworth. So he's only at Rotto. So yeah, Blake's Engineering, hit him up on Facebook. Super easy to talk to. I tried to see even if I could just get it passed with the wheels on and stock lift. Because back in the day when I had the engineer done on the nav, they said that they can do anything up to 6-inch lift. So I kind of thought if I ran stock suspension in the 35s, maybe I'll be able to get 35s done. But apparently that's not the case. So, but yeah, man, Blake's Engineering, he seemed like a good bloke. Hey, Stephen, how you going, bud? High Country 4x4, what's happening? The BT, the daily to work, or have you got a banger? To tell you the truth, nah, it's me daily. It's my everything car. I looked at buying a crappy car to get to work, but by the time I regoed it, rego, insurance, and then driving to work, I might save 1,000, 2,000 bucks a year, if that. Hit a kangaroo in a shitty car, or there's that many trucks going up to work. I just think might as well just keep running this thing after 4 years, turn it over, buy something else. So that's the plan at the moment. Might change. It's drinking so much fuel, so we'll see how we go. I'm trying to do a bit of a budget. I was normally spending around, on the nav, it was costing me about 900 bucks a month on fuel. So when you start getting into those numbers, you've really got to, consider what's happening. So we'll see. At the moment, riding in style. Take the BT. Is there any other questions you guys have or anything you want to talk about? Oh, I had a few people hit me up about Ellenborough Falls. The video's up now on YouTube. I did a little video with the fam, which is something new for me because I haven't obviously done many of that. So there's a little video up on YouTube. It is a great place. It was super busy. It was the end of the long weekend. I don't know about camping. Everyone's hitting me up about camping, but I didn't see anything up there. But when I searched it, there's definitely some up there. And you don't have to walk all the way down the bottom like we did. Is pretty awesome. But there's a viewing platform straight off the car park. So if you want to suss it out, you definitely can. The other thing I definitely get hit up for all the time is, where do I go to see the snow in the tops? Pole Blue, or just before Pole Blue, there's a couple of little spots around there. Pretty much as soon as it's buy a Jimny. No, you buy one. I tell you what, you've been talking about that for so long. Just buy one already. Yeah, Pole Blue or just behind Pole Blue. I normally stay up there. But yeah, that's it. Here we go, Lukey. Can't camp there, mate. Heaps around Dingo Tops, just near there, but you can't camp actually on there. There you go. Go to the Jimny. What was the other one? What suspension are you going for in the BT? I still, at the moment, I'm probably going to get, I can't say what brand I'm going, but I can tell you what brand lease I'm probably going to go, and I'm going to go Lovells. Been speaking to Reese and going to get some good leaves put in the rear, mainly to take the weight of this van. It's just hating it at the moment. So yeah, we'll probably go that in the rear. And no, Reese, I say we'll play around with it a bit and see what we can do with it. But yeah, at the moment I still can't say what brand because it hasn't even been released. So yeah, I know that's pretty crappy on my behalf. I'm sorry, but I promised this guy. So yeah, until then, that's all I can tell you. Sorry guys. If you get one, then I can see if I like it. You said that about patrol. I brought you one all the way up from the coast. You still didn't buy that. You're unbelievable. Things I do for you. Tell you what. Anyway, guys, see if there's anyone else want to Any other questions? Do you know much about Rooftop Tents, hard shell, James Braun? Is it worth the money? Stephen, man, honestly, no. A couple of the other boys on here that are watching might be able to let us know a bit about Rooftop Tents. The only rooftop I had back when we went out camping a couple of times was the Kings on the back of Big Blue. But yeah, I definitely don't know any hard tops. I know D2 has got some hard shell one. He's gone through a couple. I couldn't tell you what the brand is. I just know they're expensive. I've seen the new slimline one actually from Drifter. They look pretty cool, and they're pretty reasonably priced, Stephen. So they might be worth the look, man. Oh, there you go. Our cab or nothing. Lukey, calm down, you're unbelievable. Are you getting exhaust in the BT? It's funny you say that. We were just talking about that before. Go Motop. There you go. Motop apparently pretty good too, Corey's saying. So there you go. Another one with Motop. Here we go. We've got a poll happening. The exhaust, man, nah. We were just talking about that before with the DPF, but yeah, nah, no exhaust on this car. It's just not worth it. So Motop looks like it's the winner. There we go. I don't even know who they are. But yeah, sorry, man. Can't really help you out with that one. Sorry, Steve. Anyway, guys, Motop. Oh, there you go. There's three. They must be the go-to. Is what I run. Very light, but not much room in them. Oh, there you go. That's pretty good. This is cool. Everyone's been able to help each other out. It's good. Adam, what are you buying, actually? Don't tell me you bought a Cruiser. MDW Toolbox make them, I believe. Oh, okay. There you go. Thanks, Corey. Hey. This is awesome. Airbags help with the van. Sorry, someone else said that before. I missed that with the airbags. Look, I had airbags in the... No, they're from the States. They're imported by MW. Keep it simple, go to swag. As far as airbags, guys, I had airbags in the top secret. Yeah, righto. I remember someone else telling you that. The airbags I had in the Navara, and it made it a really sharp ride. And I spoke to one of my other mates that had him in his Ranger, and he found it was pretty similar too when he loaded up and he put the pressure in it. Just made it a bit of a sharper ride. So I don't know, if I run a heavier leaf pack, it's going to make it a horrible ride when it's unloaded. So, you know, I'm going to go the heavier leaf pack to start with and just see how we go. And if it's no good, then we'll probably switch it back and give the airbags a run with the leaves and just see if it is any different. But yeah, man, I found it in the Navara. It was just, yeah, it was quite a harsh ride, unfortunately. So yeah, I actually only ran them probably 5 times and I pulled them out. 76. Yeah, so I don't at this stage. I don't. They would help, but yeah, I don't really want to run them. I just don't think they're that nice a feel for me. Anyway, I love my airbags. They work good in the Ranger. There you go. It was yeah. I was speaking to a couple of people and they reckon it didn't. What made you go the BT, mate? Purely, I've just had one before. We all know what you're getting, mate. I reckon you're getting what Corey's got. The BT, they've been around for a long time. They've hopefully, touch wood, they've nutted out all the issues. I had no problems with my old Big Blue, and I'm kind of hoping that because I've mirrored it, I've got the same thing. And money. I didn't have a lot of money to spend because I lost so much on that Navara. So it was purely just getting rid of that Navara, getting out of it, and getting into something that I was familiar with. So yeah, that was pretty much the main reason I went to BT. It's kind of funny, I've been watching a lot of the patrols and stuff like that, and part of me thinks I'd maybe regret not buying one, but they're such a big car, and yeah, it was pretty much money, man, to be honest, eh? What spec is the BT? XT or XTR? It's actually an XT. Just wanted the vinyl floors, and apparently you can't get vinyl floors in any other model. So yeah, she's as base as she goes, but it's got Apple CarPlay. Figure that. Alpine Edge unit, which is pretty cool. So all about that touring circle of life. Damn straight. Touring is the go. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let everyone head off. I'll see you all again next week. I'll probably be up, I'm hoping, I'll be up Port Macquarie. So, see how we go. I'll speak to you live from there, but I'll keep doing stories each week. Thanks so much for everyone tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one, guys. Speak to you soon.